Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogboat333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4000 Week Reich as the People's Russian Liberation Army. Though how long will be that is to be determined. Last video, we took out the Red Army, then we started consolidating control over the former German-controlled bits of Eastern Europe. We took out Arkhangelsk, the administration over there. We also took out the Novgorod Soviet Republic and the Belarusian Soviet Republic. The next move is probably going to be Adolfsburg over here, or St. Petersburg, as we're going to rename it soon enough. We could modify our government, but I think I'll hold off on that. We have Warcon, which is already pretty good. Extensive conscription, plus we have already ridiculous amount of manpower. North Sea naval exercises. Well, that's neat. We'll go ahead and do a puppet constitution. We shall draft a constitution that both grants us unlimited power to act by decree and protects our actions at the same time. The Russian constitution will be drafted as a puppet legislation formed by monarchists and fascists. Let's liberate Petrograd. Make sure they all move in. There we are. I think the question at this point is what is going to help us expand more? So what do we need to go down for that? Also, Japan went... because they have a monarchy. Takehiko. Got rid of old Hirohito, it would seem. Probably want to move... first there, then probably there. Because if they end up, we're about to dig out the Wehrmacht over here. Yeah. So transition from a group of officers ruling over Russia to a genuine nation state, a proper constitution outlining the definition of our state and its fundamental principles will have to be codified. New constitution, largely a useless document, shall be defined by the future Russian Empire as a constitutional monarchy ruled by Tsar and Zemsky support technically underneath them. Some have noted the constitution has little in the ways of guaranteeing free speech or opposition, but this was a necessary sacrifice for the sake of Russia. That should shut the liberals up. Next, the grand coronation. Time has come, our prince has arrived from exile. For decades, we await his return, the return of the supreme autocrat of Russia. The crowning will be attended by tens of thousands of people. It will be aired on radio and shown in every newspaper and propaganda poster we can shove it on. Excellent. Could do war propaganda. Yeah, German Civil War. Well, he managed to sweep Norway out of control of the Germans. Go ahead. I changed up the research while I was off camera because I realized we're wasting some time with research. Or not researching anything, rather. So, start focusing on that. I honestly don't know how this is going to go in Ukraine. Excellent. It was a cold day in Moscow, but in spite of the weather, Russians from all across the realm gathered in Red Square to witness something they hadn't seen almost a century, the coronation of their head of state as Tsar of all Russias. As Vladimir I made his procession through the square in a horse-drawn carriage, cavalry belonging to the RNNA flanked him from all sides. While some cheered the new Tsar, many others seemed more intently curious as to what such a move would bring. Entering the partially restored Dormition Cathedral, hundreds of RNNA officials and foreign representatives sat dutifully before rising from their seats, clapping as a new Tsar entered the chambers. The ceremony was long and drawn out, as it was tradition, the exiled patriarch who had been recently returned to Moscow conducting it. His elaborate crown was placed on Tsar Vladimir's head. A 21-cannon salute broke out across the Kremlin as the chamber broke out in chorus, singing God Save the Tsar. As the newly crowned Tsar exited the cathedral, a massive crowd had gathered to sing their praises of a new Tsar, throwing him banquets of flowers. All through the night, the people partied in the streets of Moscow and across the new empire, as a flood and vodka started flooding once again. Monarchism in Russia, as it seems, never died. 3 cheers for the new Tsar. Today has been marked by the shocking reports from Russia, as Sergei Binuchenko's government has been overthrown in a violent and bloody coup d'etat by young military officers. These officers are members of an organization known as the RNNA and are led by one Sergei Ivanov. Though much about the situation remains unclear, Ivanov has made their monarchist sympathies of the RNNA known, and Duke Vladimir Romanov has been invited to return to Russia from his residence of Vladivostok and take the throne as Tsar. However, there are also signs of extreme measures being taken by the RNNA, such as the extrajudicial execution of many of the members of Binuchenko's KONR, discussions of imposing harsher restrictions on political freedoms, a reflection of some of the ugliest of Russian nationalism. What is this, an alternate history novel? Well, here we are, Vladimir I. Once and always the son of a man who would become the greatest and most famous pretender to the Russian throne, Grand Duke Kirill Vladimir Kirillovich Romanov, has now achieved what his father could not and sits at the head of the restored monarchy in Russia. Born and raised in Finland due to the outbreak of Russian Revolution, they would soon move to Germany, then to France, where Vladimir spent the remainder of his life, up until the invitation to assume the imperial mantle. After the death of his father in 1938, he inherited the title of Grand Duke, took his place in claiming the imperial title. But in the years that closely followed, it would bring him much difficulty. Vladimir, a contentious relationship with the Nazi regime in France, even being placed in a concentration camp at one point after refusing to call for support for the war against the Soviets, although he would later relent to this demand. Taken inland by Germany both for safety and to ensure Vladimir was kept where he could be seen. Vladimir then spent the remainder of the war in Paris. After the war quieted, the Nazis lost interest in the young Grand Duke, and he was allowed to return to his home on the French coast, moving to Vladivostok in 1952 in the hopes of reorganizing a restorationist movement in the Young Republic. When the RNNA successfully took over the government and invited him to become, in fact, as well the lawful Tsar of all the Russias, he decided to look at the potential to fulfill his father's dream as a blessing. However, new Vladimir will see just how accurate that view of the situation really is. Indeed. Well, time for the Tsar's cabinet. The cabinet has been formed by orders of the Tsar. The new government and cabinet includes several prominent fascists and monarchists, including the economics minister Sakharov, a prominent monarchist who draws heavy inspiration from the Spanish Falange and National Syndicalist economics. What mod? 1000-week Reich, Alan Virgo 1. 1000-week Reich. By the way, how are you? Nice to see you join us. Let's get wartime rifles going. Then get our post-war artillery going. There we are, the Russian Empire in all of its glory. You have Baldman Borman doing something, I'm sure. Preparations. And China's going to have some issues now. Let's Let's do an industrial concern. Generalissimo is now in house arrest. Got production wrapping up. Losing a couple of our effects. Bloodless coup in China. Looks like they're going democratic. An empire cannot be run alone, especially one as vast as Russia. To govern an effectively and fairly, Tsar has approved the members of his cabinet to help him govern. All the groups in Russia that would be willing to help him are the generals and ideologues of Russian People's Liberation Army. Despite their extremist tendencies, they are fanatically loyal to Tsar in all aspects and seem willing to help him govern in this new state. This crack team of loyalists may just be what the Russian people need after years of misery at the hands of Nazism and communism. Well then, let's get to work. Oh, you gotta go. Good luck. Thank you, Burp. Thank you for joining us. It was good to see you. Let's go ahead. I'll probably want to rush down this. So we can get the Decisions for Liberation Wars. Old Sikkim must die hard. The empire is slowly rebuilding, coming back to its original state. With this comes the questioning of the Tsar and what level of authority he should have. Russian Republic versus Buryatia. Well, there they go there. Liberal socialism. Old familiar friend of the channel, Mr. Sorokin. Played him as him before already. Mr. Gatskill. It's interesting. Let's do an offensive line into Lithuania. Then an offensive line into Riga. Latvia. Still missing a foreign minister and a head of government. Just a little annoying. But what are you gonna do? A coup d'etat in Guatemala. The Russian Empire did not end on good terms. After 1905 and the 1917 revolutions, the people had dejected Tsar and Tsardom due to Nicholas II's absolutist rule and poor decision-making during the First World War. In 1954, this attitude of apathy or distaste for the monarchy has not changed much, and this has to change. Vladimir is not like his distant relative Nicholas, will not make the same sort of mistakes as he did. The Tsar's image must be improved no matter the cost. He seems more than willing to fill this role. We need a Tsar for people now more than ever. Let's tour the Empire. Her Majesty will commence a royal tour all throughout the Empire, from St. Petersburg all the way to Vladivostok. In this tour, the Tsar will have a chance to get in contact with his people. Interesting move. Especially seeing that we don't own all of this territory. I think we got free repair helping the... Yeah, we got free repair helping that along Petrograd. Though it could definitely be better. And computing machines have been done. Now let's go on countrywide improvements. Factory repair. Uh-oh. Well, that's annoying. Okay, let's do Tsar Vladimir Society. We'll fund the Tsar Vladimir Scientific Society, composed of engineers, scientists, writers, and other professionals. The society will foment research and innovation within Russia. We need an extra research slot, so we'll rush down that. Let's tour Moscow. The Tsar's tour commenced. Hundreds of thousands of monarchist Russian citizens in the ancient city of Moscow saluted the Russian monarch in his car, accompanied by soldiers and motorcycles, drove down Tverskaya Street. The monarch waved back at his people, as happy of a smile as one could have. The chants and cheers of his subjects were like music to Vladimir's heart. The Tsar parade entered Tverskoy district. Fewer and fewer people were seen. Streets were getting emptier as we drove deeper into the historic region of the city. Eventually, the car's roof was put back in place. There were too few people to cheer for. Igor, Vladimir called for his chauffeur, I want to greet my people in a more personal way. Park the car. Igor panicked silently for a few seconds before looking in the cloud-covered sky out of the driver's window. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, that's not in our itinerary. Besides, it's going to start raining soon. The Tsar raised an eyebrow, suspecting excuse from his driver. So? It's water, not acid. I'll just bring an umbrella. The tour is going to be very long, Your Majesty. It would be unfortunate if you fell ill at the start. Realizing he wouldn't get anywhere, Vladimir sighed, shutting the conversation and turning his head to the window as the little rain droplets smashed against it. Where are we going next? Bolshoi Theater, Your Majesty. Well, that is a little annoying. I think we'll go with, we'll put Ivanov in charge. Direction of consumer goods is going to be nice, although the political power hit is a little sucky. Get more boys in the army, so we'll go ahead and get them loaded up. Get another research slot. Work on improving our rifles. We're lacking on army XP. Tsar Vladimir Society. Next, we'll do Reverence of the Tsar. The tour is concluded. The Tsar has cemented his image as a central pillar of the Russian government. Many were surprised by his protogenic role. The Emperor is back with everything. There we go. Go ahead, check research. Do we want to catch our... Let's get caught back up on our military industry. I think that's a big point. Although it is 55, so we can get working on more industry stuff as well. Probably do that once we run out of a once we get a new slot for our research. All the cores Poland has. Privilation. I cannot guarantee. Can't guarantee them. And it looks like the Baltics are going to stay out of our grasp. Well, I'll do a little longer, at least to get our new focus set up. Utilizing our fanatics, we'll utilize our ideological zealots as living and breathing propaganda machines for our cause. Our fanatics will shout propaganda through radio, newspapers, and billboards all across the Russian nation. Now that works for me. HoI vaccine has been declared safe. That's neat. Well, I'm going to leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, as always, for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. Have any comments, leave in the comment section below. I really comments and appreciate any and all feedback you might have for me. If you want to send a few bucks my way, or check me out while I do this stuff live, or view any other various links I might have, a bunch of links down in the description box below you can check out. That's really it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you as always for watching. My name has been Mr. Dogboat333, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.